Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Daniel, one half of the Kwok Brothers. Welcome back to another week. Now, guys, I know it's Tuesday night, so I'm here to announce that we're actually going to be releasing these housing market update videos every Tuesday night from now on moving forward. So go ahead and stay tuned. And also, having said that, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. That way, when it does come out on every Tuesday night, you'll be the first to know. And of course, one of the first to take action. Now, before we go ahead and get to the meat and potatoes of the video, of course, I got to tell you guys about Citadel. Citadel is an organization that's being led by my very good friend, Andy, and my very good friend, Mackenzie. They're literally bringing entrepreneurs, business leaders, influencers from all across the world, all in the name of doing good and literally building schools, empowering entrepreneurs in emerging countries. And they're doing a lot of things that just I in particular am very passionate about. And they're changing the world for the better. So the link is in the description below, guys, for you to donate and also for you to check out the organization. I highly encourage you guys to do so. And of course, anything up to $10,000, if you guys have already heard, the Kwok Brothers, myself, and Sam will be actually matching $10,000 in donation for Citadel. So go ahead and check out the links in the description, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go ahead and first begin with the residential housing market. And I'm going to first start with mortgage rates. So check this out, guys. These are mortgage rates from the last full week, which was September 4th, the week ending at September 4th. So according to Freddie Mac, we have a 30-year fixed rate mortgage average 2.93%. That's up from the week prior, which was at 2.91%. The all-time low for 30-year fixed rate mortgages, residential fixed rate mortgages, was 2.88, set at the beginning of August. That's 2.88%. Year over year, guys, here's what's really interesting. Since the numbers for August was just released, if you're looking at August year over year, comparing August of 2019 to August of 2020, we're seeing 2.88% for the month of August 2020. Year over year, 12 months ago, we were looking at 3.49%. So we're looking at a 0.6% drop, which is pretty significant if you're looking at your payments. Now let's move on to the 15-year fixed rate mortgage. Right now averaging 2.42%. Again, this is the last full week ending in September 4th. 2.42% for your average 15-year fixed rate mortgage. A week prior, it actually fell 2.46% the week prior. And then year over year, comparing 2020 to 2019 for the month of August, you're looking at 3% in 2019. Now, here's the overall interesting sum of pretty much everything I just mentioned the last minute. Mortgage payment for the average American as of right now, guys, this week, this data got released this weekend, has decreased $120 since the beginning of the year, right? So since the beginning of the year, comparing January 1st, 2020, the average mortgage payment for the American household has dropped $120. Of course, that leads us to ask, is it a good time for the average American to buy a home right now? I still say no. Here's my take why. Okay, so let's check this out. The housing market showed zero signs of slowing down in August. So this hot market, guys, that everybody's talking about, which by the way, I think is very artificial. I don't think it's as hot as people think it is. The hot market did not slow down in August, right? If anything, they're more expensive and they're selling faster. Check out these stats, guys. National median listing price skyrocketed 10% to a new record high of $350,000. Also selling at their fastest pace in 15 months. This is information, by the way, that came out this past weekend, right? Beginning the month of September. Can't believe it's September already. This is like the fastest, slowest year in all of history. Fastest pace in 15 months at 56 days, which by the way, guys, is 5 days faster comparing year over year. So 61 days was the pace of homes selling in 2019 for the month of August. Today, it's at 56 days, and we're at record highs. Again, it skyrocketed 10% for the national median listing price for the single family home, now at $350,000. Overall inventory for the single family housing market is now 36% lower in the month of August compared to last year in 2019. So here are my thoughts. Right, so as many of you guys know, I'm not as optimistic about the housing market as many journalists, brokers, you name it, right? I'm going to call those people individuals who are financially incentivized to lie to you, right? No disrespect to anyone out there, right? But let's be real. Let's call a spade a spade. Oh, Robert Kiyosaki here, telling you to subscribe to the Kwok Brothers. Now, I know I look a little different, but I found and I bought the Fountain of Youth. So subscribe and like this video. Subscribe to the Kwok Brothers. It's going to help you become a rich dad and not a poor dad. Delinquency rates are at record highs for residential mortgages. Not commercial, guys. not hotels, not retail, not storage units, not malls. Residential mortgages are at record highs for delinquency rate, right? We covered that a couple of videos back when I mentioned that for Fannie Mae, it was at 15.65%, I believe. And also for the traditional 30-year residential mortgage, delinquency rates were at 8.22%. We have studies showing that it's at 7.1%, but either way, we're not showing some positive results here, right? I mean, last year, the delinquency rates were at 4%. They've gone up minimum 3%, depending on what news outlets and what research and what factors and algorithms that you're using to calculate this number. It's either at 7.1 or it's at 8.22. Either way, it's not looking good. I'm going to bring up two cities. I'm going to bring up Dallas-Fort Worth, and I'm going to bring up Houston, Texas. Now, why am I bringing up Texas? Because Texas is supposedly the state where everybody is moving into. Everyone's going to Texas, right? Everyone from California, Illinois. I have a lot of friends here in Illinois that are my age. They're moving to Texas. Dallas-Fort Worth is showing an 8%, and Houston is showing a 10% in delinquency rate. And by the way, guys, these are people that are delinquent minimum 30 days. 10%. Why do I say that? Well, because supposedly Texas is this monstrosity. It's the giant for where everyone's moving to, and yet they have higher delinquency rates than the national average. According to the Mortgage Bankers Association or the Mortgage Brokers Association, right? We're seeing these high numbers. Also take into account total permanent job losses are now at 3.4 million. So all these jobs, by the way, guys, that were furloughed, right? They all these fancy words, right? For pretty much saying you're fired, right? But we're now up to 3.4 million in permanent job losses. So these aren't people temporarily laid off. These aren't people furloughed for 3 or 4 months. These are individuals who have lost their permanent jobs. They're searching. Now, the question is, how many of those people are accounting for the residential mortgage market, right? So here's the question, right? Will we see foreclosures? Will we see an increase in defaults? My take is yes, right? But I would encourage you guys to keep educating yourself, keep going. So here's my message, right? For all of you guys that are non-investors, I'm going to focus on non-investors first, right? So for you, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, who are looking for a house, right? You're looking to buy, you're looking to build your dream home. I want to talk to you guys first, right? If you guys are wanting to buy a home ASAP, you know, if you have 6 children, you guys need a home right now, go look at a home, right? Go work with the realtor, go work with the broker, you know, go on Redfin, Zillow, right? You name it. Go to these sites, see what you can get your deals, right? For those of you guys that are a little bit more patient, maybe you have money on the side, you're looking to buy things when it's cheap, you have the luxury of being able to wait 3, 4, 5, 6 months, I would wait. And I would research short sales, lease options, and owner financing. I would look up these 3 things. The Kwok Brothers, we have videos on all 3 of these, especially owner financing. We have a free 3-hour course on how to negotiate for owner financing, what owner financing even is. This book right here, I talk about owner financing. It's completely free, 0to75units.com. Check it out in the link in the description below. Action steps for you guys. I would start building relationships right now with your local bankers and also your local real estate attorneys. They're going to be phenomenal for getting you leads. All right, now let's move on to the commercial. I don't have a whole lot for commercial because I want to focus on the housing market, but let's look at these stats. Delinquency rate for commercial mortgages are now at 9.02%. Record highs on top of that, record highs in store closings. Coresight, which is a research investment firm, predicts 25,000 closings. So that's 25,000 closings, guys, in the year of 2020, which of course we all kind of saw this coming, right? In many ways, shape, or form. That's, again, one of the reasons why I stopped buying commercial real estate back in 2017. I saw a lot of inflated prices. And of course, now I've got a phenomenal opportunity. And I'm actually starting up a new fund for that. But that's all for this video, guys. If you want to reach out to me, by the way, if you have any questions, please email info@thekwokbrothers.com. That information will be in the link in the description below. And if you just want to say hey, or you have a question, or you actually want to add and contribute articles and whatnot, I love having people contribute to the conversation. So until then, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next week.